Good morning, Moo. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Renata. Happy New Year, Belize. Good morning.
My name is Renata Samuels-Codd.
And I am Miriam Abdul-Kawi, standing in for the lovely Kevin. We hope that he is well.
He's going to be recovering, guys, because as you know, when it come into the new year, sometimes, or just in general, with the change of weather, sometimes we get at least sick.
Bring at least new flus, too.
Mary don't say how that. She
not
drink what?
Me.
That what? No.
Garlic, ginger, vinegar, honey, lime. Not get me. I'm taking several shots because everybody did. And I know to get it.
Because everybody in the studio at this point is, at some point, is having some kind of little sniff in the sniff.
Not get me.
But we are here, guys.
We're still here.
Goodness.
She's still here.
Surviving with one nostril alive. But you are here for it, guys. And we're excited because, speaking of the idea of wellness, we're going to be talking about a wellness clinic that's going to be traveling across the country and get to know the locations, what's going to be happening, free therapy, all that good stuff.
Right, Renata.
What else do we have,
though? And that's happening from January 19th to the 23rd. So look out for that if you want to, go to a wellness clinic.
But we're going to find out more in the segments.
In the segments. But then we also have a mental health check-in.
Yes.
That we'll be talking to a therapist, talking about mental health. We have to start the year right. We have to check in, make sure our mental is right. Make sure that we're setting a proper vision for ourselves, but also not berating ourselves and being too hard on ourselves.
So find out all the good stuff and all the zhuzhiness in the segments to come, guys. And you know how this works. Put your comments in the comment section, make it live, interactive, fun, and respectful, of course. So, I'm glad that you never jumped with me because last time me and Brandon jumped, the whole place shake. And we look like we both go through the roof. So Brandon said, no longer we jump together. We jump individual. No, we're not together because...
Not together, no.
The way how Channel 7 both become Channel 4 after we jump through.
Come back with moo. Everybody on Sunup.
Seek the answer that's worth looking for today.
And we're going to be talking about the hush hush that has been happening over the weekend. So
may seem that will never change. They say, but if you tear down the wall that's blinding us all, you'll see the way today. A place to call your home, a place where you can grow. Stand by me and we'll take flight. We'll be there at morning's light. I've got you covered.
And we are back, Boozlers. We just talked about the excitement for the introduction of all the great conversations regarding health. But before we get into health, we could find out how the day even is set up. First of all, so let's get the weather courtesy of the Belize Met Service.
Good morning. The weather was dry and cool last night, but became cold over some areas. Temperatures early this morning were in the mid-50s in the north, the low 60s in the west, and the high 60s along the coast. Mild and mostly dry conditions will continue through tomorrow. The 24-hour forecast is for sunny skies with a few cloudy spells today and partly cloudy skies tonight. Showers, if any, will be light and isolated. Winds over the open sea will be from the east to northeast at 5 to 10 knots, and the seas will be light chop. High temperatures today will range from 82 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast to 85 inland, but only 72 degrees up in the mountains. The outlook for Saturday and Saturday night is for continuing mainly fair weather. There is a high tide at 9:56 this morning, a low at 2:26 this afternoon, another high at 10 minutes before 9 tonight, and another low at 4:26 tomorrow morning. The sun rose at 6:23 this morning and will set at 5:30 this evening. The moon comes up at 4:52 this evening and goes down at 6:41 tomorrow morning. With that, we end this report from the Belize Weather Bureau.
Una see me at sit so prima proper right before we come back at it. So towards Renata, like, carry it back.
That because I mean, the Lee sniffles, guys, and then I have my Lee inhaler. Big up Auntie Audrey because...
Big up to you, Auntie.
You know how much of that I have? Like, I have that.
Oh, the nasal inhaler?
Yeah.
Me too.
I have that just wrong the spot. So, like, one in the car, one that I work,
in
one
the purse.
Home, one that...
So you
always got a post
yeah,
one.
because like just your Lee relief, like
just a,
yeah,
and it just come out, you know.
Man, I feel you. Do you, boo? No judgment.
Ooh.
Our Sunup family not to judge you. I think they're supporting you.
They're supporting the
yes.
little inhaler. You know something, you just need it. You just need at least something.
Yeah. Yeah, you do. Question.
Tell me.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
That wasn't a question, but now I'm following with it. How was your New Year? Like, how did you bring it in?
It was beautiful. I think for the past 4 or 5 years, I've been going to my church New Year camp.
Oh, I love
So we
that.
go all the way up to Kamalote.
Okay,
they do
good.
the big fireworks and pop shot and all kind of thing. But they have
Pop
a beautiful,
shot.
yes, gala. A whole. Listen to me. They have a whole segment of the picnic. They have the time. But I love the fireworks too as well.
Okay, good.
And
Oh,
it's just a nice time. But was a beautiful, beautiful setup. We do our morning devotions. We eat, of course.
Lot of food.
A lot of food. Half to the eat.
Toast up.
Oh, gal.
Yeah.
But it was nice to just bring it in with your church family to have a good
love that,
time.
Renata.
I was happy to know that like 4 persons got saved too as well.
Yes.
4 young boys.
Yeah.
So it was a good start to bring into the new year, and I'm feeling refreshed.
Yeah.
Revived,
Oh, I love that.
reconnected,
Yeah.
and excited to like do God's work and get it in, you know? That's how I
love
feel.
that. I love that. I love
Despite
that.
the one nostril done. Just one nostril.
Despite the one nostril,
Just one.
because you're resilient and you come through.
I don't need 2 nostrils all the time.
No, you
Miriam.
don't. We don't.
I
Amen.
just, the right one sometimes can chill out while the left one does the work. We have to take time.
Yes, we do.
So how was your New Year?
My New Year, bringing in the New Year was good. Like before we got on the air, I was telling Renata I'm fasting right now. So I always do something where I refrain from, too much use of social media. It's like I really
nice.
retain my senses and like refrain from food, and I go into deep prayer and reflection over 2025 so that I'm in a clear space within and my vision to go forward, and then I read up on my Psalms, or I just read up on certain things, and whatever quote jumps out to me, that's like what I'm gonna use to go. And I like the one that says, God will help her, God is always with her. That, and I have it up on my mirror. So that's like
so you put it up to,
yeah, so that's
cute.
like it's like throughout my year,
That's gonna be your verse.
my referral. So I go back to it that no matter what happens, God will help her, God will save her. She is, like,
I love
so,
that.
Yeah, so we both brought it in praising, girl.
I
Yes.
love that for us.
Praising and reflecting.
I want to give you like a challenge. I don't know if you're gonna take it up, but I'm gonna give you a challenge.
Give me the
right?
challenge, girl.
So something I did last year was trying ending of the week to find something really good that happened, and I wrote it down on like a little post-it, and I put it in a jar.
The gratitude jar.
Yeah, so
I love
at the
that.
ending of the year, I went over and I was like, or something that I really wanted that did happen for me, or somebody that treated me well, or how these little good positive things, I did it for ending of the week. And so after that, I was able to go through and was like, man, a lot of great things happen, and I'm so proud and grateful for God's favor in my life. So sound like you done it already.
Yeah.
But I
In the
love that
start.
exercise to just remind people to keep yourself centered when everything seems a little bit crazy. It's good to bring gratitude in. Like,
Yeah.
I think Aisha was the one that told us we're bringing the 3 G's into the new year. God, grace, and gratitude.
Yes, I saw your post. I loved it.
Yes, so
I
we're going to
love
be
that,
doing that, guys. I'm
Renata,
hoping you guys celebrated your new year with love, rest, reconnect, resetting,
Yeah, reflecting.
reflection.
On how you're gonna move forward as we go throughout the year, because you may set some intentions, or you may have some New Year's resolutions or goals, but what are the action steps toward them? And so
Accountability.
accountability. So putting that on my mirror is a constant reminder. Remember, you fasted. Remember that this is what's your stronghold this year. You're gonna push through because God is there. God is gonna help you. So it's a great reminder for me. So anybody at home, you're doing your resolutions
got
or
some good
anything,
examples of what to do.
And write it on your mirror, you know?
Yeah, speak it to yourself. Speak it to yourself. Say it to yourself. Remind yourself. Put it in your books.
Remind yourself.
Put a reminder on your phone.
Yes.
Do stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just pop it up and be like, oh.
Do the gratitude jar so that by the end of the year, you could open it up and say like, oh, I forget that may happen.
It make you feel like you want to cry now because like, shoot, that happened in a March.
Yeah.
This happened. And then if you can't do it one every week, do one for the month.
I agree.
At least that, so you can have 12 good, gratitude reminders of what happened.
Yeah.
Start
but
small.
let's
dive into this couch
let's
talk,
dive
girl.
into the couch talk.
An unfortunate first topic that we have to go through is that it was a very bloody, unfortunate bringing into the new year time period. So like between the period of 7 p.m. to midnight of the new year, there was about 4 murders in less than 5 hours. And I think that's really, really crazy to look at. And so just giving you guys the outline from it, we had one in Belize City by Crowd Road, Farbers Road. This happened like around 6:15, 6:30. There was a drive-by motorcycle shooting that took place, and unfortunately the loss of Ian Arthurs. There was Shirlene Butler, who also got a little bit injured in the whole situation. So this was a really unfortunate situation on the corner of Crowd Road and Farbers Road. And Arthurs was fatally shot, and Butler was injured and is hospitalized at this present moment. So that's just one. And I hate how we have to do the listing out like, this is not a good stomaching situation, but it's giving you the reality of what was happening while people were enjoying their time. Some people were going through injuries, loss of life, loss of loved one.
It's really sad.
All in the period of time too as well. And I just want to make mention how the suspect detained is Kevin Alvarez, also known as Moto, and they are looking at the investigation right now, and it's ongoing. So that was one of the first one. The second one, I think people were seeing a lot more because that one was posted more, was about the one in Pomona. Stan Creek District. There was, in the late evening, there was a targeted shooting at a residence where there's a deceased of Luke Chavaria and Zion Samuels, who's 23-year-old, and he's a Belizean call agent. So there was a quick response team that officers responded to the shots that were fired in the residence of Hilbert Smith, a.k.a. Soap, and Chavaria and Samuels were found with gunshot injuries and transported to the Southern Regional Hospital, where they're both later pronounced dead. Attackers were reportedly on motorcycles, and approximately about 12 shells were found at the scene of the crime. And this investigation is still ongoing. We haven't been able to detain somebody as yet for this specific one. There was also one in Independence Village, Stan Creek District, where there was a 7-person shooting, mass shooting if you want to call it like that, and there was a deceased of Keith Logan, who was pronounced dead at KHMH at 10:20 a.m. There were 6 other persons that were injured in the whole setup of what was taking place. And thankfully, some people are in stable condition, but nevertheless, you're injured going right into the new year. And so the details say that the police were reporting to the multiple victims shot and the mass shooting of it, and investigators are examining the possibility that attackers, this was something of a drug relation taking place. So still ongoing. There is one key suspect reportedly detained, but no formal charges has been announced as yet for this situation, and investigations are ongoing.
Yeah, ongoing. And I know that, by tonight we'll have more information on all of these unfortunate situations, and we'll be able to update the Belizean public properly. But, this likely qualifies as a mass shooting, because it just happened back to back to back. I think
they're different locations, but the fact that so many people lost their life in a couple hours.
Yeah, because it was between 7 p.m. to midnight.
That's where about 5 hours and different locations. So 3 separate locations, less than 5 hours at least. 9 people were shot at. Thankfully, not everyone lost their life, but a loss is a life loss, and it's still very big and heavy too. So 4 murder victims and 2 mass-style shootings, because the home invasion too, with 12 shells coming into your residence. These things, it makes you wonder, and I'm not going to speak this in any kind of existence, but it makes you just reflect and say, how are we bringing into this new year?
Yeah,
and
as a country.
And how do we need to reflect and see what can be done And I go back again on the fact that this is not just a police or government issue. This is a whole of society.
I completely agree.
Issue where we must see how we're supporting young men, women to that, and how are we creating safe spaces, and how is the need for anger management, all these different things
I
put
agree,
in place.
Renata.
Because it's more than just one fix.
I completely agree.
For everything.
And I completely agree with you. I think that it takes a lot for a person to do something like that. And how must they feel in order to just go out and do that?
Let
you know
off
what
the
I
bullets?
mean? Like, just be so angry and so emotional to the point where the only option is to, for whatever reason in their mind, take out the problem and do it in a fatal way. So it's so unfortunate. And I think also, Renata, I agree with you about it. You know, falling back on us as a society as a whole, like, this isn't just, a them problem. Like, this could happen anywhere. Like, you saw it was, like, all over.
They're a host.
Yeah. There is an issue.
And it
an
shows
issue.
safety for persons.
Yeah, and I think it instigates fear, like this collective anxiety, this collective fear of everyone's like afraid to go out, afraid to do things. Like I heard people before the, December 31st celebrations, they were like, me no going out the park because if something pop off, me.
There are a lot of persons like that.
People just don't go out.
They don't want to go out. They want to enjoy themselves as much as they used to because of the fear of, will a bullet come out, will fight break out, will a knife be pulled? And again, it goes back to not just the police officers, because they have to do their job, of course, but we as a society, how are we taking care of each other? How are we looking at the young man that's frustrated, that maybe doesn't have a father at home, mom is always working? How are we supporting these young people so that they feel protected, that they don't have to feel like they belong to the streets, belong to crime and these other things that will snatch them out and provide a home for them when we're not providing that home. So again, it's not just one size fits all. These are just one aspect of it, because of course poverty plays a role. There's many things.
So many things.
But I think the challenge for us as a society, what are we doing to support someone coming into this year? Yes, take care of you. Yes, give yourself grace. Love that for you.
But how are we supporting others?
And just pick one person. I'm not saying you don't have to be the superhero of the nation. I just pick one person, one family, and see how are you making sure that child, making sure that mother, making sure somebody gets a little bit of support this time around that maybe prevents someone from being a life of violence, a life of crime, being on the street. So I bet you if everybody would just do that, the change and the shifting of the atmosphere.
Exactly, and speak out if you see something happening. Like I have elders in my family. We were at a funeral one time, and these guys pulled up and they're like, yeah, what's going on? And all of a sudden, a shirt got lifted up. We saw a clip. It was like, whoa, 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 whoa. And my elder stepped in right away. This is not the time or the place. Please have respect for the dead. Like, this is what's happening in the funeral. Like, carry that so way out. Like, they all stepped in. It wasn't like, we afraid. No, they were like, we can, nip this in the bud right now and stop it. So I agree with you, Renata, saying that, we all have to support each other so that these things don't escalate to the point of mass shootings.
Yeah, because my aunt here is in the chat saying, to me, it seems like criminals just want to kill for fun. It seems so senseless, and to grieve all these families. They've lost their loved ones beginning the new year. Lord have mercy on us. It's sad. So I'm sorry to start off our couch topic with this, but I think it's a reality check for us as a nation.
I agree.
Of what more we need to do. And again, echo back, yes, the police department has a big role to make sure safety is, prevailing, but we also have responsibilities to take up in our communities.
Very true.
Move on into
Let's move on, Renata. So our second couch topic, this is about the story of the 4 pickups that were stolen from the Ministry of Agriculture in Central Farm Cayo District. They were recovered though, but it was after.
But just the whole thing what happened?
It was like a whole shootout. It was a
Netflix show. No, get that true, right? And
no, it was. And there were GPS trackers. Yeah. So basically 5 persons, one armed, threatened the security at the Ministry of Agriculture to give over the keys. He was in fear of his life, of course, fear of his life being taken, so he complied. And he was restrained, but he later got free, called the police. And then the police were able to locate 2 of the vehicles initially using the GPS tracker. But the special unit had to come out to get the other 2. And then they had a shootout to retrieve the other 2. And then the assailants, the thieves, were shooting at the police.
Now you say why I tell you this? This is like a Netflix saga.
Because you're seeing it play like a movie in your mind.
Exactly, like this is our whole thing.
Yes, it is. It's true. So again, geo-trafficking assisted with getting the vehicles, but the car thieves, unfortunately, their identity still remains unknown. And hopefully, we're hoping the camera footage from around different areas can assist in that regard. So again, like it's tying into the first story of crime. Unfortunately, those are our couch.
But I'm glad,
topics
and you know what I will say I'm happy about? I'm going to put a positive note, the fact that they have the
Let's spin
GPS tracking, that they're able to like locate these vehicles.
Very good, yeah.
Because once ago, things get
Geolocation.
stolen and you don't even know where you end up getting past Guatemala or something that happened. But now, thankfully, we're in a better technological place
Where
that
we
can like, we could find it.
Yeah.
And we can slow it down, stop it too as well, depending on like the speed range that they're going on and all
Right.
of that. So I'm happy to see us have these measures taken.
Yeah.
So we can be able to, because imagine 4 vehicles.
The technological advances are basically, technology helped us in this case. to
This is
stop
what I'm
it.
saying. And big up to the
Yeah.
police officers too as well that
Yeah.
were able to stand ground and be able to hold the fort when
Very
it came
true.
to the whole shootouts and all of that. Again, have to put a positive light and remind people that police officers are trying to do their
They're
job.
putting
too.
their lives on the line for safety of our country. And I know that like a lot of people have a lot of complaints about police officers.
And they have
but-
right to have complaints because there are some of them who do the fool.
Yeah,
But
but
you have to give also the flowers to persons that are working
Exactly.
extremely hard, investigating, going behind the
Yes.
scenes, making things happen for us. too
yeah,
as
big
well.
up
So
to our police officers.
let's do the flowers.
man.
Let's do the flowers where the flowers due.
Doing our thing and continuing. We're not. Oh my gosh, we got another coach talk topic.
They country,
In regards to police, but it's going to switch soon. It's going to switch, people. Bear with us. So the next topic on our Coach Talk, Renata, is that unfortunately a mentally ill man attacked a police constable, Elijah Wade, and he was charged with aggravated assault. So the story goes, or the report is, Haral Palma. He was holding an object resembling a blade. So the constable, Elijah Wade, saw that. She approached him to, hey,
you're not supposed to have this weapon.
He was resembling the way, but he was like walking towards people. It's almost like going aggressively, looking like he was going to do something. So she approached him, and then he pulled the blade on her, verbally abused her, threatened her with violence, got really aggressive, and so, she said like he became aggressive and disorderly. So this forced her to use her firearm to retrieve the weapon. And then it continues because he, was arrested and charged, but then when it was time to go to court, he couldn't be brought in court.
Mali was butt naked in his cell, in his
I'm so sorry
birthday
for laughing.
suit.
But do you think that was like a diversion, like a tactic
I
to
think
not go to
so.
court?
I think it was a diversion, a tactic, because of course they can't pick up if you butt naked in your cell in your birthday suit.
He was naked, so
so
he
they
was,
attempt forget about.
yeah. So he was remanded further until today. Actually, he will reappear in court today, Renata. So we'll have updates about this story later on in our newscast too.
But I think this story, just piggybacking from the other reports that we had around Christmas time, coming into this story now, and just seeing the need or what's taking place when it comes to mental ill persons and what is done with them. I know that we had a great conversation with Ms. Escabel on the couch talking about how the Ministry of Health is doing an excellent job at trying their best to provide medication. They have the psychiatric nurses that people can be able to access, but the truth of the matter is many people are not taking their medications. There isn't a set facility where people can be able to just be and sleep and all of that, because, the Welcome Resource Center provides that aspect of, come and get a nice shower in, work for a little stipend to get your little money, get a meal, all these things. But there's only so much they can do.
Yeah.
There's not a spot where they're getting that constant monitoring, and they're open from Monday to Friday. So what happens on the weekends too? And they're limited with resources. They have to raise money.
Yeah.
So it's just a gap where it comes to these facilities that are able to like cater to the needs of these persons that are mentally ill. And we also have to just digest the reality of some persons are not taking their medication. Some persons are hard to work with, and is it more training? Is it more hands on deck? We don't know. There's more than just one thing for say, we'll put this in and everything will fix.
Yeah.
It's not like that. But how are we working towards? And I'm saying we have these conversations now because, again, budget speech should come up right here in a couple of months. And when that comes up, we're going to see how is this money being allotted? What are we putting our priorities in, and seeing that things are happening and unraveling? How do we plan accordingly to make sure our society is safe, that our society has productive persons, that our society is conducive for us to be able to elevate ourselves and move forward, that people feel comfortable living in our country. So there's more questions to ask to yourself and say, what are small things? So, you know what I mean? You can't fix everything in one day.
Yeah.
But what are we doing? Like, what our actions are, what our programs set out, what our policies we're working on or fixing when it comes to the law and how we navigate that. I'm just asking these questions so that the people that are policymakers, program makers can start asking themselves these questions more too. If they're not, they probably already started asking, but to keep the conversation going as we prepare to go into the new year.
And also, Renata, I want to mention, piggybacking on what you're saying with mental health and mental illness and it being a huge issue in the country, we will have someone on the show later on that we can pose those questions to.
Yeah.
That we can ask, like, based on their data gathering, you know, what is the vision moving forward when it comes to mental illness and mental health in Belize and how we're tackling it? Because thank God we're having this conversation right now. You know, maybe 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 40 years ago, mental health, it was like, that's
crazy that you're thinking that just left it outside. Because a lot of people just and we still have a mentality like that, but it's easier now that we have conversations to have it.
Very true.
And there's medication, there's free medication for some persons
there are
too.
free medication.
There's free therapy for persons. So there's
resources.
Access.
There's access.
But are people able to access it? And are people, and what happens to us when people, is there that, their hesitancy to access? Or that blatant, I don't want to deal with it. So we have to look at all of these
because everyone's going through their own thing. Everyone has their own struggle mentally, emotionally, psychologically. So maybe some people are like, right now, you know, I can't even think about dealing with someone else because I have to make sure that I'm okay. You know what I mean? But just like you said, Renata, going back to what you said, doing it on a policy level so that we are feeling taken care of as a society as a whole.
Things are in place that we can go back on.
Exactly. So I completely agree with that. And shout out to, you know, Constable Wade for, you know, making sure that the weapon was retrieved and no one got, you know, hurt or injured in that situation. So again, we'll have updates on this story tonight in our newscast. So we're moving on, Renata, to the fourth topic. That is the Financial Services Commission is on alert. Sent out an alert on Travis Smith. So
this was alert sent out with them just basically notifying people that Travis Smith is not licensed by the FSC, Lord. My letters got me.
It flipped. Like I was supposed to say GPS and I said GSP.
What's going on? What's going on?
So
they want to make the public know that Travis Smith is not licensed to provide or carry out any financial or security services in Belize, that he's registered under the Financial Service Commission Act or the Securities Industry Act, that any financial dealings with him are done in public's own risk, and that Smith has been directed to cease and desist from engaging in these unlicensed activities, which may constitute an offense under the Belizean law. So they associated the information with the website linked to crypto payment services, a Facebook page, email address connected to this individual. So it's just an advisory for you guys. And if you want any additional information, you can always contact the commission to make sure you know. But they ask people to please proceed with caution as you go forward when it comes to with the dealings, the business dealings.
And adding to this, Renata,
baby girl.
This is coming from the Financial Service Commission aspect. Travis Smith made a post about this when the alert went out, and he was saying basically that he can't, all they're saying is that he can't operate as a business and charge people to buy crypto for them. So he can still invest in crypto. He can still talk about it. He simply cannot charge people to buy crypto for them.
So basically that's the truth. And so at this point now, it's really up to your discretion what you want to do, how you want to ask your questions, what you want to do.
How you want to move forward.
How you want to move forward. So we're just putting that out there with the whole, because I think that was something that's been shared so many times that I'm like, that why did they make such a big deal of this? So I was wondering if he was operating in any way that made people feel like he was still with them or what's going on, but just letting you know. And this goes back to something we've said a couple weeks ago about just being mindful of how your investments are being made, who's doing those investments for you, asking more questions, understanding what is that person's history. And it is not to tell you stop doing business with persons. It's just saying put out a safety net. Just be mindful.
Just be
because
mindful.
The way how money is set up right now,
Very
come on and go. And you can...
Gotta be mindful, gotta be demure, gotta be mindful. It's giving very Bitcoin. It's giving Bitcoin. It's giving maybe you're not gonna get your money. I don't know.
It's giving I might scam you.
It's giving scammer. I mean, I don't know. You know what I mean? That's all.
But not in general. It's
yeah,
just
in general, you have to be careful of how you're
aspects.
investing your money. So if you want to continue to do it, that's on you.
And again, this is just saying that he's not associated with them.
No.
But they're saying just make sure you're being mindful of your business operations. And I think in general, individuals, if you leave an institution, you should never ever be operating underneath the institution's title. And there should be things like this that are sent out to let you know, hey, Miriam is no longer with Channel 7. She gone out and she own, she going to do her own thing. Whatever it is.
I'm in these streets. I'm still here, people. Looking at
like,
Renata.
I'm here.
I'm present.
But that was
I'm at Channel 7.
that one. And now we move on to the next one that many people knew was coming, but we're getting a lot more familiarized with what this increase looks like
with
for
BEL.
BEL, which is 3.37 cents. It's not $3.37 for persons that are super worried out there.
That was my mistake too.
But the way the way it looks,
the way it was written on the script was that it looked like that, but it is 3.37 cents increase.
Yes.
So if you want to talk a little bit more about that, Renata.
Yeah. So this looks at the approved announcement from the PUC, the Public Utilities Commission, that started the increase. So as of yesterday, the 1st of January, it has been increased, and with that same aspect, the PUC approved this for BEL to be able to begin this adjustment. And it just really just giving up a little bit of a higher wage. I know it does add up for persons that out there that are feeling.
It does.
This increase is brought to you because, of course, BEL has been facing serious issues when it comes to investment, issues when it comes to their gap in the cost of purchasing electricity and the revenues that are being collected. The shortfall is linked to the access to the lower cost regional energy supplies and surpluses. There's the supply constraints that are taking place, meaning and we've talked about it on the couch, where sometimes they buy from Mexico, but Mexico can also choose to say one day, you know, we can't provide it for you because we're supplying from Mexico. And we could just shut it off for maybe these couple hours. We just can't give you electricity. We know we have our supply, but if we're using at a large surplus in the country, we do need to get other supplies, other sources. And so that's just also looking at the idea that they need to increase so that they can be able to build on the investment, the capital that they have to properly increase and purchase what they need to purchase too. And they just block me right out, girl, I gone. So
that is one nostril.
And then, of course, they're looking at the extended heat waves. Can we say heat waves? Heat waves and the increase in demand. So BEL states that the increase could have been avoided if planned solar and battery storage projects had been completed on time. And they're just looking ahead right now. Despite not uncovering the $18.8 million requested cost, BEL still remains committed to reliable and safe electricity services, expanding the renewable energy, the battery storage, rooftop solars, modernizing electricity grids. They're also looking at working with the PUC and the government to stabilize long-term energy costs. So basically, they're saying we're trying our best to do what we can. Please understand there is a gap. There's a lack of money. And with lack of money, we have to do what we could do. And so this is just this 3.37 cents increase is just really what we need to do. We do know that water for BWS has been increased too. So there's a lot that's taking place. So what does this tell you? Curtail. Be mindful. Map out how you do your thing. Speak to your children. Because sometimes they pick me up, put on all kind of thing in the house. So just having more conversations with our children, ourselves, and seeing how we do and what we use.
Reserving energy, making sure that we're not wasting. It's funny that we're talking about that too, because one of our lovely Sunup family members, Miss Michelle.
How is it?
Morning, Miss Michelle. She's like, man, I go turn off their Christmas lights and fan. Santa didn't give me a fat bank account.
Baby boo.
Hey,
we
that's
understand.
reflective of a lot of us. So shout out to you.
And I love that she's being mindful. Like that's the perfect example. The Christmas light not even on all day. Now I realize, ooh, I need to be
Christmas
mindful.
done gone.
Christmas done gone, but girl, I still got my tree up.
You say you got the lights on now?
No, I don't got on the light.
Turn it on at night, leave it, like when you did.
I know. I just want to watch it. That they come
Yeah.
down tomorrow. That they come down tomorrow.
Oh, already?
Because you have to. You have to take it down because the 5th, like the new.
Oh,
I
so
remember
over the
the-
weekend, people want to take down their
Well,
tree.
I do it. I know some people. I had my one up for November. The ending of November.
Wow.
So he served his purpose.
Yeah,
Best
okay.
believe. But-
You got your tree's worth.
But back to yes, Pepper,
Yeah.
one thing. But back to what we were saying, just
Yeah.
curtailing, being mindful of how much fans are on, you know, how we're blowing our ACs, the in and out of the refrigerators, what
Yeah.
plugs we're doing. Sometimes people have a million and one things plugged in,
Yeah.
and they're not even using what is plugged in. So being mindful of that.
True.
And BL has they've done a good job at putting videos out that talk about how you can curtail,
Curtail,
on electricity.
And usage.
So on the
things
usage
like
and
that.
everything. So just check those
Very
out
true.
and see, ask some questions about it, and be mindful of how you roll out. Because of course, money no they like that. Planting no they eat like rice. So
And if there's an increase in a 3.37 cent increase,
we don't know this number by heart,
I
no,
know
right?
all of us, it won't add up.
No,
Eventually
it does add up.
will.
No, it really
and
does add up.
sometimes I go to places or I'm at friends' houses and the television's just on. No one's watching the TV. It's just background noise or at some electronic appliances on. Beside the refrigerator, like you need the refrigerator.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And if someone has like, you know, they need meds or they
You
need
got,
like a
kind of
defibrillator or
thing.
whatever, you need that.
Girl, you know,
that-
we just excessive and we don't realize it because we don't used to. We take things for granted. We don't understand. The least stuff start add up.
Yeah.
They really start add up. So
Yeah.
we just have to be a lot more mindful.
Yeah, we do. All right. Being more mindful, and we're moving forward to our final couch talk topic.
Uh-huh. Tell me,
this
baby
is
boo.
about the ombudsman on the FOIA. So, basically, we did a story on Friday night about the ombudsman, and he was basically saying that the ombudsman is the authority who ensures and upholds the checks and balances based on the Chapter 13 of Freedom of Act of Independence of the office. And it should, he thinks the Information Act, Freedom of Information Act. And he was continually saying that he thinks that the office must remain independent. Okay, wait, you gonna add your point?
No, I'm
okay, because you went up.
I'm with you, like, preach, girl, preach.
Okay.
I'm here, supporting. Go.
Yes, okay,
Keep it
and
up.
then when you're ready, you're gonna, yes.
Done.
So that the office should remain independent, and so there should be, you know, fair accountability, rule of law from the office, because the office has to be seen for what it is there to do for the general population and the democracy within the country. So this is interesting, Renata, because there's a report that's going to be, you know, we still don't have it. We don't have the report. So there's probably going to be updates on a newscast
Have to be.
tonight.
Yeah, they have to be.
About what's going to come out of this situation. But I want to go back to when I said that point and you put the finger up to let me know your thoughts about the independence of the office must remain.
It's the ombudsman's office is really pertinent in making sure proper investigations are carried out for, you know, whatever it be, any kind of malpractice, corruption, anything where they get. So if they ding you, that's your job. You go to the ombudsman and you make that report, and they can be able to investigate. They can be able to hold the government accountable. And I feel like Major Swazo did an excellent job of trying his
Yes, he
best
did.
to, like, bring people to account and say, hey, show me the records, because this is public information. And the idea now of independence, because we're looking and we saw the letter that was sent to him about thank you for your endeavors, we're wishing you all the best. It's not that thing where say you're not resigning. It's not that thing that says you're fired, but it's not that thing where say you're we'll see you next year, let's do the job again.
Yeah.
So obviously people are given that idea of what happens, but it draws the question of, if this was an independent office, would it have been the same situation? Because of course he was drawing that attention of, like, accountability. And the idea of independence for this office is mainly because of how you have to fight the own government, and they're the one that like, you have to fight your own boss.
Yeah.
And they're the one where they phone you. So of course if you get there upset, well, I don't phone you no more,
Well,
in
we
that kind of
require
thing. And I'm
you.
not saying this is the case, but I'm not saying
Yeah.
it's not the case either.
Yeah.
So you look at all of these and you're thinking, with what this office has to do, the important work this office has to do, why is it not that independent? Why is it not separated? that there can be running on that idea of like, I need to get this job done.
Yeah.
Because you also look at the idea of who's being appointed and could be in a cahoots and could be somebody that because I know my boss don't want me go too deep into it. I want to look up stuff, but I know. So it's just a matter of if you were able to separate it, there would be more liberty to act freely and look at truly getting the justice, truly unraveling things, truly holding people accountable, truly, and without any consequence or feel or need of backlash or being fired later on, you know, that kind of thing.
I agree.
That's what an independent office really provides for it. And I wish it was that case where we can be able to see an office properly run and function the way it's supposed to run in that.
Yeah. And I completely agree with you, Renata, because if not, it's giving corruption, it's giving manipulation, it's giving a lot of things that are not related to the Ombudsman office in regards to this situation. But I also wanted to add that he said a lot of the reports, well, at least in the report that we did, that a lot of what he was, the complaints were from prisoners. And so I know that there's like a stigma or maybe a kind of concept that, well they're not in jail, they don't matter whatever. It doesn't matter if
humans
someone's
are
in
humans.
prison. Human beings, they have human rights. Prisoners, our prisoners have human rights. Maybe they're there for some miscellaneous, who knows, you know, but they still have rights. So if they're making complaints, that those still need to be, you know, looked at. And so I just like that he was so meticulous and reflective on what he was saying and standing his ground about the office needing to be independent. So like I said, Renata, you know, this is all the information that we have in regards to this story and the Ombudsman, but hopefully by tonight's newscast, we'll get more information so that we can give an update on the report and things moving forward.
Yeah, I'm hoping just in that regard that we can be able to see how this office can truly be utilized the way it's supposed to, because again, we go look at the Freedom of Information Act and
that's
the
why it's
need
there.
to have accountability is designated to allow us to ask for the information that we're entitled to have. So not being able to do that, him not being from the powers of his office, not being able to properly do, or doing it and maybe possibly getting a backlash in this way
is counterintuitive to why the position's there and the office is there in the first place.
So is it?
So I just feel like Renata, we just have to pray over all of this coach talk.
These prayers. It needs the Lord to
yes,
to
that's what we
to
need. He got to come down individually for them, like
to deal with it, because it's a lot. And I'm sorry if it feels a little bit heavy for persons out there that are listening.
Yeah, but Renata, I think you did a great job earlier when you were trying to put a positive spin on certain things. Or putting it back on us as a society, saying, you know, what can we do individually to curtail some of these situations or things? Because a lot of people know things, but they don't step up to say, because I don't want to get involved. I don't want, you know, they have their family to think about.
What could be the repercussions, what could be...
Of speaking up or
that's
intervening, they might get, you know, but I think this needs to be a national discussion and then move forward into an action of policy. Like, how are we going to curtail these certain things? Because, I mean, it's just going to keep escalating if it's not contained.
And again, I still want to try to call people, because we, of course, here are no strangers to asking the government to step up to do better and do things. And I need them to do that. But we also have to look at our individual spaces, what we're doing to help the situation. What groups we're forming, what groups we're supporting, how we're educating our loved ones, educating ourselves to be mindful. Like, I think we've had so much conversations about the law, and many people, the lack of understanding the law, knowing the law, what are the laws, people
what are
don't
their
know,
rights?
People don't know their rights, and if you don't know your rights, you don't know what your responsibilities are too. So I just think in the nature of learning and understanding, make this new year be a thing where we try to educate ourselves, because educated people do different things. They act differently and act accordingly.
Very true, Renata. Do you remember that song? No make nobody chance you.
You got to know your rights. Hey,
when you were talking about that song just popped up in my head. Does that happen to you? In the middle of conversation, people they talk and then they say one line and my head, I don't sing the song. Anyway.
Put it
I'm glad I'm not alone.
No, girl.
So I'll do that with you now that I know that we're
into song, guys, just randomly, just do that. But we must
Yeah.
also do a commercial break. Remember, we're having great conversations coming up
Yeah.
very soon about just talking about our mental health into the new year, how we need to position ourselves, maybe exercises that we can be able to do to
Our
support
mental health,
ourselves.
yeah.
And that's a very important conversation. We're also going to be talking about the wellness clinic that's going to be taking place with free therapy that's
Yeah.
providing for Belize City, Belmopan, Sunny Nassau, Orange Walk from January 19th to 23rd. So we're going to go deeper into that conversation. So stay tuned for all that we have to offer. And of course, given your insight, we love to hear from you. We love to
Yeah.
bounce ideas off.
Are we doing our sunrise?
We're doing a sunrise, baby.
We're doing our sunrise.
doing a
Before we go to
sunrise.
commercial, is there a sunrise? I don't see one here in the chat, but hopefully we have one. A nice sunrise for the new year.
Let's do a sunrise.
Oh, there is a beautiful.
Ooh, yes. You see it?
This is, okay, so before we're able to put it up,
Tell me.
this looks like,
Come on.
this looks like a painting. It's so beautiful, and I love the visual of the lighthouse.
You know for
Yeah.
paint?
I
I feel like you
I can do the paint and
You're
sip.
brave? No.
No. I can do a paint and sip, or I can do guided painting. Like when I go to those classes and they're like, we're gonna draw a turtle.
I
we're
love
gonna
how,
draw the ocean.
You know when you know somebody, the Ghana
Yeah.
officer, that thing,
But-
the way how she,
Yeah, but no, I can because I have paintings in my house that I did, and they looked good enough to put up. So yeah, I'm proud of myself.
here's the sunrise, people.
Yay! A painting that I wouldn't paint.
You could do
Can
this.
you
I
paint,
believe you.
Renata?
I could survive.
You could.
I mean-
We'll survive together.
survive.
Yeah,
and
that's
this
so
is
beautiful.
this is courtesy of Hazak Reyes.
Thank you.
So thank you so much, Hazak
This
Reyes,
is
for
beautiful.
sending this gorgeous sunrise in.
Yeah.
It's a proper one to start off
The
the
new
new
year,
year with.
yeah.
So with the good
the
rays and
lighthouse.
sunshine, and
Yeah.
may you be guided. May the Lord guide you through this
Yes.
new year, guys.
Amen.
Representation, literature come in.
Yes, come in, literature, come in.
But we're gonna go to our first commercial break, and we'll be right back with exciting conversations, guys. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
It guide you. They're like the bells echo the.
Hey Belize! Our country is known worldwide for its natural beauty, from our barrier reef to our rainforest. But there's a growing threat to our paradise. Global plastic production has skyrocketed to 400 million tons per year, and without action, plastic waste flowing into our waters will nearly triple by 2040, from around 11 million tons in 2016 to around 29 million tons in 2040. Here at home, the situation is just as concerning. In 2024 alone, Belize imported over 13.3 million plastics and over 12 million plastic lids and caps. What might seem like just one plastic bottle or one chips bag adds up quickly. During our National Cleanup Day, almost 26,000 plastic bottles were collected, and that's just one day of effort. But here's the good news. We can all be part of the solution. Use waste bins, keep a litter bag in your car, wait until you find a proper disposal site. These simple actions make a real difference. Join us in keeping Belize clean. Our Belize, our responsibility. Binic.
Wrong this time, everybody know Belizeans rum and party the best friend. But listen to me, your vehicle is not drunk proof. So make Terrence for Transport explain to you how you can be safe on the road during the holidays. Guess what? The first thing what drunk person will try to tell you, that they're not drunk. But even if the vehicle sober, you can't say straight for you, Mr. Man, Madam Lady. This is how alcohol affect you while you try drive. First of all, sorry, you listen to me, right? Okay, alcohol will slow down your reaction time. Then alcohol will mess with your judgment for distance. And if you drunk and you drive, your vehicle now will be the thing for save you, you know. Your vehicle will put your life in danger. And Terrence and his team that transport now, and nobody put their life in danger. So if we catch you to drink and drive, we will charge you. And I will take away your license for you and make you think about your decisions. And if you feel like hard ears pick me and still do it again, okay, you will do it again, Mr. Snowman. I will send you the back, and now I make them give you back your license. You hear? The safest vehicle that you could drive is the one where you not drive drunk. All right? I know they say make you not go out and go have fun, you know. And they say make you have a designated driver, call a friend, or even get a taxi. So if you don't drink, please don't drive, because your vehicles could always be replaced, but your life cannot.
Drive safe, drive sober, save lives. This message was sponsored by the Ministry of Constitution and Religious Affairs, Indigenous Affairs and Transportation, Belize Automobile Touring Association, and Universal Hardware.
Jingle bells ringing in my ear. Jingle bell, a sound that's oh so dear. Frosty the snowman is all around town. Watch out for reindeers are falling down. We stay up waiting for Santa tonight. He climbs down the chimney at the speed of light, while we're dancing around the Christmas tree, hugging and kissing just you and me. Carolers are singing outside our door, lovely songs we all heard before, as they walk from house to house to wish us all a Merry Christmas Day. Oh, a Merry Christmas Day. Oh.
Welcome to the V Department Store. We are conveniently located on Coney Drive in Belize City. That's right on Coney Drive in Belize City. At the V Department Store, we offer a wide variety of groceries, cosmetics, kitchen appliances, kitchenware, electronics, and more. We've also recently expanded to the second floor to better meet your household and office furniture needs. We now have a wide variety of furniture, home decor, and accessories. We have a shared vision for a comfortable and customer-friendly shopping experience. Visit us today and be warmly greeted by our reasonable prices and cordial staff. The V Department Store. Experience the ultimate shopping destination.
Wake up to positivity and inspiration. It's a fresh and diverse twist on your mornings. Tune in to Sunup on 7 every weekday morning at 6:30 a.m. right here on your nation station, Channel 7. It's the morning show you don't want to miss.
are back. We had an exciting and depressing and a lot of things in one coach talk just now, Miriam and I.
did.
But we're moving into our next conversation that I think is really healthy to have as we get into the new year and we're navigating our feelings and our emotions and how we think about mental health. We're going to be talking to Amy Jex, who is a therapist, and just navigating in general how we take care of ourselves and our mental health when we're going into 2026. So, hi, Amy, how are you?
Hi, good morning, ladies. Good morning, everyone. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. And I see you're wearing green too as well, keeping with the mental health theme. I don't know if that's mental health or just Christmas, but I'll put all it together in one.
Yes.
In a one basket. But thank you so much for making time to have this conversation. We always make resolutions, we make goals and so forth, but we don't think about making our health a big priority as we navigate into 2026. And I say health because, yes, it's mental health, but health is health. And I feel like from your mind, everything kind of flows too.
Very true.
So people don't necessarily know sometimes they're feeling sick and awful and all of these things, but it's mentally that it started right there and then it's like going into their body. So the first thing I'm going to ask you, as a therapist, when people are getting into the new year, what do you think is the most important way they're supposed to be approaching the new year? Because there's a million and one things being plastered.
Important in what to approach?
Like how you approach the new year. Now you're getting into 2026 and they're like, there's so much things that need to get done. You have resolutions, you want to do all of that stuff.
All these
Like
goals.
what do you think would be maybe the best way to ground yourself or have the approach as you get into 2026 of navigating? Because again, people have all their lists, they have the aspirations. What do you think, from a therapist's point, is the best way to navigate now, a new year?
Well, I think exactly what you said. Look at yourself from a holistic perspective. Look at mental health as part of your entire health and remember that everything affects the other things. So if you are tired all the time, make, instead of a resolution of saying, I will do this number of things per day, remind yourself, I will do everything. I don't have to be perfect at it. And so that attitude of, it's okay if I don't do it great. It's okay to just get it done. You know, decrease that attitude of, it has to be perfect. I have to eat vegetables every day. I have to eat, you know, half of my plate has to be vegetables or half of my servings all day. But, you know, try to remind yourself, I want to make healthier choices. I will like avoid sodas, but if I have one once a week, I'm okay with it. So being nicer and kinder to yourself is very important. And having that attitude of not being perfect in something. So I'm sorry, my co-host wants to make noise.
Hey, shout out to the co-host.
Shout
we
out
love
to the
it.
co-host.
Yeah.
Let me share. So we have our co-host here.
Hi, co-host. He's so cute.
So I love that.
Reminding everyone of a school. So yes, moving is also super important, you know, making sure you're active. It doesn't have to necessarily be working out, but yes, working out is very good. But how did I move? Did I use the steps today instead of, you know, did I use a shortcut or did I take the long way around? Create these habits in your daily life that you are happy with. So if you get home tired every single day, or you got home tired every single day last year, what can you do throughout your day to be less tired, right? So maybe you need to rest a little bit better. Maybe you need to go ahead and go to bed earlier if you can. You know, maybe be less harsh with your outcomes for the day. So if you know that you have a standard 6 student and you're helping with homework until 10 o'clock at night, maybe you guys can make some adjustments to your schedules and seeing, all right, we need to get done with homework by 9 o'clock the latest. So what can we do on a regular day to get through it? You know, be genuine with yourself. acknowledge if you're feeling angry and channel it. Don't bottle things up. Talk to someone.
Very important.
Share your feelings. Maybe you can create. So maybe you can dance, you can sing, you can journal. Do something to acknowledge the feelings you're going through. A lot of times we tell ourselves, oh, I have to be stronger. I have to be stronger for everyone because everyone needs me. But what are your needs? Take care of your needs. And what if you are grieving? Perhaps you need to prepare for something that is coming around in the year. Maybe it's your first year without a loved one. So plan ahead. Don't ignore those lows either. So just like you will channel your anger, you will give space to your sadness, to your depression. You will give space to those things that need the space in your life. We tend to kind of ignore all the noise around us and say we just need to be goal oriented, but we have to remember that these things in our lives are what make us go as well. So if you are not speaking to a family member, that's going to affect your life every day.
Yeah.
But if we tell ourselves, oh, I just have to get through work, and we try to ignore these things, they build up inside of us. So being present, being kind to ourselves, those things are important.
I love that. I love how your goals are also very practical. The things that we need to do has to be practical.
And simple.
Because we pile up a big long list and so we'll do umpteen things. And then when we get through half of the year and realize we didn't even do half or quarter of this big list, we feel depleted, we feel discouraged, we feel like we're not good enough. All these different negative feelings come towards that. But what are we doing in the everyday, the small things that work towards that? I'd love for you also, Amos, considering that you have a baby, to talk to mothers out there. I love to echo to them of how they're supposed to be navigating the role and responsibility of motherhood, but also as a woman, as a person that needs to take care of themselves. Because a lot of times, I've seen my mother, I've known so much other mothers that they do for everybody,
and they're selfless,
and they're
forget
selfless,
themselves,
and they forget about themselves, like you're saying here. But help, is there a balance that can be given in some kind? Is there something that can be done? And talk to us a little bit of how, in small, practical ways, that can work too. Because I think that's important for mothers to take care, or single parents in general, to take care of themselves.
That's a great question, Renata.
Yeah, and that's the important part when it comes to self-care, that we have to take care of ourselves first so we can take care of others. We have to have a full, we have to have our cup full in order to give to others. So it's hard when your cup is empty to be there for the people in your life, especially children who they don't know how to fill your cup. You are the expert on yourself. So you need to know what your limits are. You need to know your boundaries. When you need to learn to walk away from things when you are overwhelmed rather than stay in that situation. So it's super important as moms and as individuals to take care of yourself, to get to know yourself. Again, be genuine. Do you know what makes you happy? Is it a bite of chocolate that makes you happy? Is it sitting down and listening to your favorite song? Is it going for a walk? And especially if you have limited free time, it's important for you to prioritize. So instead of doom scrolling on your phone, which is not really refilling you, it's just putting you on pause, do something that will help you to refill. Right? So what is that thing for you that helps you to refill? Is it going to Zumba? Is it going to talk with your friends? What is it that that helps you specifically to refocus? Is it reading a book? Remember, socializing is super important. Right now, I'm giving the side eye to my co-host, who has now become my lighting person. I'm very sorry.
We love it. We love the disco lights.
I know.
Flash.
It's a good feel. It's like, turn it on.
Yeah.
Like, have a whole time.
We are here for it. No worries at all.
Yes.
And it shows an example of how, you're handling the situation. Look at the baby, so cute. Hi. how, as a mom, you're handling the situation with Grace.
Yeah.
And a lot of mothers are, you know, put in situations like
He's
that.
a part of my life, and I can't ignore him. And right now, he woke up early to be on the show, so he is making his appearance.
Wait, I like what Lee I peep just now.
I like what Lee I peep, like he's coming in, like doing his little thing. He's like, Mom, I want some attention at the same. I know you're talking, but I also would like to just, you know, be with you.
Exactly.
And I love how you're navigating it too.
Very true.
In that sense of like still allowing him to be there with you, but still being able to have the
balance it and have the conversation with us. So kudos to you, Mom. Yay. You know, I love what you said about mothers and self-care. And it reminds me, Renata and Miss Amy, about when you go on an airplane and they say, put your mask, the air mask on in an emergency first. And you're always like, no, I want to help the baby. But you have to take care of yourself first in order to be okay so that you can take care of others. If you're not well, then no one else around you will be well, especially if you're the caretaker. And to another point is, what do you specifically have to say to men in regards to their mental health? Because I think that as a society, and women, we're more verbal. We're going to express ourselves. We're going to cry and talk to a friend. And in my experience with men, they shut down in regards to their vulnerabilities and their feelings. They have to be the man. They have to be the provider. They don't share their feelings. And when it comes out, it's negative, it's sarcastic, it's aggressive, it's projection. So what specifically in your line of work do you see that can help men feel more safe, that they can actually open up?
One of the main things is, again, that acknowledgement and being genuine in yourself, you know, to acknowledge what you are going through, not having to be strong or having to be one certain thing. When you are sad, you're sad. It's okay. You're supposed to be sad because something is happening in your life. And it's important, again, to do something to channel whatever that feeling is. So if you are angry or upset for a real reason, know what that reason is. Don't just be angry all the time. And it starts even with our teenagers, you know. We see these kids just being angry and reacting to people in anger, but they don't always get to process what is going on. So when you get to be into your 20s and your 30s, you're just accustomed to just keeping everything and then exploding. So perhaps if you have a family issue, you're not getting along with your parents, how can you channel that? How can you acknowledge that you don't feel like your parents listen to you? You know, so you walk around just being angry all the time and then exploding. So it's important. You know, I know my parents aren't listening to me, so what can I do about them? I can't really change how they are, but what can I do? I acknowledge what my needs are, and I try to see how I can get those needs met. So if my parents aren't willing to discuss a certain topic, they can decide how you want to do it. You know, go to your school counselor, talk to someone, a grown-up that you respect, who listens to you.
Right.
So
try
to find a way. Go to the gym or go work out. Channel what those things are. But before you can do that, you need to acknowledge what is going on with yourself.
That is so true. I think a problem we have in society is that we have a tendency to just shove things in or down and like, you know, bad me, I good.
And
what she said never hurt me, none at all. Like, I fine, I great. And these things fester up and it builds resentment for persons where you don't even know subconsciously that you're getting resentful because I don't like the way she talks to me, I don't like the way she reacts to the situations. And I love how, Amy, you're talking about people finding things that make them happy. Because a lot of times we neglect ourselves and we do anything, but that finding things of making us happy or finding those little solutions to get that release only comes from also understanding ourselves a little bit more. So what really, I love how Miss Claudia is saying how that what she does sing in her kitchen and cook. But you have to know yourself to know, hey, if I go out there and sing a song and I cook, that will release my frustration. But again, how much time are we spending with ourselves to reflect on what we need? How much time are we doing that? Because the reality is we give, we do, busy.
Have to get everything done
do you have for yourself?
And we tend to believe that when we to feel better, we do something that might not really make us happy. So we might go and take a drink, or we might go and, watch a movie, or, you can do various things, but do they really make you happy? And I appreciate what you said in that, Renata, that you have to know what works for you. And you have to know what is triggering you as well. What are those things that upset you? What are those things that make you sad? Sometimes we feel like, oh, this feeling just popped out of nowhere, but it didn't. Where did it come from?
Yeah, woo. That is so true. I know there's like the little, I'm trying to remember what it's called. There's a feelings wheel.
Yes.
There's a feelings wheel. I think people should start like using more to acknowledge the feelings that they have when people do things or something happens in their life. Because
at least acknowledge to yourself, speak your truth to yourself, for at least so you know, this is how I genuinely feel about this situation. Now I'm going to take steps to either talk about it, express it to someone else, and action steps so that I can rectify, resolve the situation, or just remove myself completely. But you still need to acknowledge your own feelings, not just uncomfortable, okay, and don't say anything.
Or go drown yourself in something to make you feel good.
Right.
And I know, want to like bring the conversation, Amy, towards the idea of persons that are now at the place where they understand what they like and understand what they don't like, but they're still resentful, or not resentful, they're still hesitant when it comes to therapy. Because I still think that we're living in a time where people are still afraid of therapy, or what it may look like if you're going to see a counselor, or if you're on meds in any kind of way because of something that you are facing, that you're sick, you need the medication to help you.
Yeah, if you have a heart issue, you're going to take medication for it. So if you have a mental health issue, you can take medication for it. Simple.
Persons, or what would you say to now persons to kind of just remind them of it's okay to not be okay, but
very good
so
question, Renata.
Take that step of getting therapy. Because I always say, no matter if you think you're the best person, well, everybody needs therapy. Everybody needs to go to a counseling session. I think
so true.
There's always trauma. I think you're muted.
Sounding board.
Okay, good.
I'm a sounding board for people. So when you come in, it doesn't matter what level you are. It's just a place where you can check in. And so if in your life you have sounding boards, then you don't have to be afraid for therapy because you know exactly what you're going in for. But if you are in a position where you don't have a sounding board, then it's more important when you don't have people in your surroundings to be able to be supportive of you. That is when, therapy is one of the ways that you can really make that effort or make those changes in order to be a better version of yourself. And that's really what the goal is. The goal is not for you to change or for you to be different. The goal is for you to be better in what you want. So if you are happy the way you are, and you are okay at work, and you are okay at home, and the people around you are happy with you, then that's okay. Remember, happiness comes in moments. It's not a state where we live in. We're not happy 24/7. But when you are satisfied with everything going on in your life, you are doing okay. And if the people around you are happy with the way you are, satisfied with the way you are, then that's okay. But if you start noticing that people aren't a fan, or people are always picking on something that you don't see as a problem, then maybe you should start looking at things.
Yeah, that's so true. It's really too, Renata, we're having this conversation, and unfortunately we have to start to wind down and wrap it up because the time went by so fast. I feel like we could continue this conversation.
Yeah, mental health is always a fun topic to talk about for me. I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
Because Renata, it's something unseen.
Yeah.
And I think that's the biggest thing that Miss Amy is talking about. Like, you have to acknowledge what is going on within your mind psychologically and emotionally and mentally first. And then if you know that you don't have the coping skills, or you just don't have the tools to assist yourself in whatever you need to do to release, you just know you're uncomfortable, something's wrong, then you can go to the proper person or resources for that. And as we wind down the conversation, Miss Amy, the resources I wanted you to hopefully, if there anyone interested in contacting you or contacting someone to get help or make or maybe apply for on behalf of someone else, what are the resources available out there for people who are looking to
countrywide? There are services. I practice out of Belize Medical Associates on St. Thomas Street, 223-0303. You can always call there and check in for me. But we can always remember at schools, there are school counselors, there are people to get you help there. If you go to any of the clinics countrywide, you can access mental health services through a psychiatrist or a PNP. The hospitals offer mental health services as well. But one of the resources I really always like to point out is that your work might offer mental health services through their employee assistance programs or through their human resources programs. And sometimes they might help you, but very often they are supportive to your family members as well. So if you work somewhere, you can approach your human resources or your employee assistance program, and they can offer services for you and your family members as well. So depending on where you work, you can assist for help. Very often, even when companies don't have an employee assistance program, whoever is in charge of human resources often can help support finding that help as well. Ooh, so there's also Mind Health Connect that you can look up different professionals in the field of mental health as well. And there are services through the community rehabilitation services through the hub in Belize City and through Department of Human Services as well. And remember, there's always help out there, but it's important to make those little changes that make you feel like yourself every single day. So maybe devotion, prayer, checking in with yourself, having a conversation with someone you love. And remember to be social and get those hugs in as much as you can.
Yeah,
very true.
I love that.
Yeah, I love that.
And I'm just going to echo off one more thing too as well that Miss Amy said, which is when you think about counseling and all of this aspect, it's not to change you or so forth. It's to make you better.
Yeah.
At your own self. You know, it's not to make you turn into
something.
Depends
on what you want.
Yeah.
You know? So, better is not about me, or better is not about what other people want. Better is about what you want.
Yeah.
I don't like that I procrastinate. So how can I do better? I don't like that I wake up late. So how can I do better? I don't like that I feel tired all day. So how can I do better?
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's a great point.
Having a professional ask you these questions, probe it out of you, and help you to build that idea of doing better of what you need and what you think needs to be done differently is really important, guys. So we thank you so much, Ms. Amy, for this conversation. And thank you also for navigating it with your little baby.
And your co-host.
And your co-host. I love it. It shows a perfect example of parenting and how you can still get the job done and do everything too as well.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. And Happy New Year to you.
For supporting that as well.
Of course.
No problem whatsoever.
Thank you so much.
And we're hoping this is not the last conversation for the year. So hoping to have you back again, either in person or on Zoom. But Happy New Year, and may it be a prosperous, beautiful, healthy one for you. And with that, guys, we're going to go to our next commercial break, and we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
These charter mints aren't from
We're
an
navigating along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023.
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Sheree Kelso,
And here's what's ahead for you on 7 News Tonight. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indra Craig.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
This year reminded us that our work is so much more than communication. It's connection. Every time we supported a school, a youth program, or a community event, we felt the heartbeat of Belize. We met students who just needed someone to believe in them, and families grateful for a supportive hand. We saw communities welcome SMART not just as a brand, but a trusted friend. For us, impact is created through service, presence, and purpose. As we move into a new year, we remain committed to empowering our communities and sharing stories that reflect how SMART strengthens the connections that matter most.
That commitment to people drives how we build our products. We focused on delivering real value and flexibility. We upgraded our postpaid plans to include social media data, keeping you connected to your favorite platforms without the extra cost. For the prepay family, we enhanced prepay plans to ensure you get more data and benefits from every single recharge. Flex bundles now better match real-time budgets, improving affordability. We introduced affordable Mexico data bundles to keep you connected while traveling. We are listening, adapting, and ensuring you get high-value connectivity you deserve.
Great plans need a great network. SMART strengthened its promise of bringing people together by investing heavily in expansion. We added new towers in key areas, bringing a stronger signal and improved service to more communities. Customers along the coastal road in Blancano, Mountain Pine Ridge, and Cristo Rey now enjoy more consistent coverage, making SMART a reliable companion for every journey. SMART launched its fiber network in Sartineja, bringing reliable high-speed connectivity for today's digital needs.
At SMART, we strive to reflect the energy of Belize in everything we do. From celebrating 20 years of excellent service to exciting collaborations, we've shared unforgettable times. We've delighted you with our biggest giveaways and deals ever, ads you could laugh and connect to, and launched a revamped website to make your digital experience faster and more engaging.
As we look forward to the new year, we remain committed to what matters to you most: the communities we serve, the connections we build, and the precious moments we all share. All these remind us of our true identity and steadfast purpose, bringing people together.
Nando's Wholesale is the distributor for the full line of Badia spices, including the original complete seasoning, the perfect combination of ingredients and spices prepared to enhance the natural flavor of your favorite foods. Also, cinnamon powder for all your desserts, fruits, and beverages, and as special dishes. All these are available in commercial sizes or restaurant packaging. Nando's products are available at your local retailer or contact us at 222-5000. From Corzal to Toledo, Nando's is proud to be serving Belize as its #1 wholesale distributor for over 35 years.
Hey Belize! Our country is known worldwide for its natural beauty, from our barrier reef to our rainforest. But there's a growing threat to our paradise. Global plastic production has skyrocketed to 400 million tons per year, and without action, plastic waste flowing into our waters will nearly triple by 2040, from around 11 million tons in 2016 to around 29 million tons in 2040. Here at home, the situation is just as concerning. In 2024 alone, Belize imported over 13.3 million plastics and over 12 million plastic lids and caps. What might seem like just one plastic bottle or one chips bag adds up quickly. During our National Cleanup Day, almost 26,000 plastic bottles were collected, and that's just one day of effort. But here's the good news. We can all be part of the solution. Use waste bins, keep a litter bag in your car, wait until you find a proper disposal site. These simple actions make a real difference. Join us in keeping Belize clean. Our Belize, our responsibility. Bini.
Wrong this time, everybody know Belizeans rum and party the best friend. But listen to me, your vehicle is not drunk proof. So make Terrence for Transport explain to you how you can be safe on the road during the holidays. Guess what? The first thing what drunk person will try to tell you, that they're not drunk. But even if the vehicle's sober, it can't say straight for you, Mr. Man, Madam Lady. This is how alcohol affect you while you try drive. First of all, sorry, you listen to me, right? Okay, alcohol will slow down your reaction time. Then alcohol will mess with your judgment for distance. And if you drunk and you drive, your vehicle now will be the thing for save you, you know. Your vehicle will put your life in danger. And Terrence and team that transport now, and nobody put their life in danger. So if we catch you to drink and drive, we will charge you. And I will take away your license for you and make you think about your decisions. And if you feel like hard ears pick me and still do it again, okay, you will do it again, Mr. Snowman. I will send you the back, and I know I make them give you back your license. You hear? The safest vehicle that you could drive is the one where you not drive drunk. All right? I know the same make you not go out and go have fun, you know. And the same make you have a designated driver, call a friend, or even get a taxi. So if you don't drink, please don't drive, because your vehicles could always be replaced, but your life cannot.
Drive safe, drive sober, save lives. This message was sponsored by the Ministry of Constitution and Religious Affairs, Indigenous Affairs and Transportation, Belize Automobile Touring Association, and Universal Hardware.
These charter means aren't
We're navigating along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023
Good evening. Good evening. I'm Sheree Kelso, and here's what's ahead for you on 7 News Tonight. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm Endure Craig.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
This year reminded us that our work is
are back, Bozilla. Just before the commercial break, we had an exciting conversation with Ms. Amy Jex, talking about how much we need to take care of ourselves, find things that we truly love, and acknowledge the feelings that we have so we don't build resentment, and taking our little breaks when necessary, and setting practical, realistic goals that we can be able to apply daily. So that was a really great insight to begin the year off. But something also very important is the wellness that we are supposed to be having. And so we have some dynamic speakers that are going to be talking to us about a wellness clinic that is right upcoming, right around the corner, that you can be able to enjoy. And here via Zoom we're having Miss Christina Urban, who is an occupational therapist. We have Dr. Robin Zappin, who is a physical therapist. And then, of course, we have Miss Adina Rostenal. I think I said that wrong. And she's a speech language pathologist. Good morning to all of you. How are you doing? And Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Good morning. Happy New Year.
Thank you
Thank
so
you for
much.
having us.
Thank you for having
you
this
for being
conversation
here.
with us. We're really excited because, as we were talking on the previous conversation, having good health, whether it be physical, mental, is super pertinent to the development of a person and how they carry out the day-to-day lives and how they function in society. And we're really glad to see that there's going to be an upcoming wellness clinic that's going to be on the move, if you want to call it that, that's providing free therapy sessions for persons. So I'd love to just, in that nature of everything that's taking place, talk to us a little bit about this cause and this push to be able to have this clinic. You know, how long have we been doing this? Is it the first time that we're doing this? And like, what is our real goal behind it?
Yes, great. Thank you. We're very excited to be coming back to various districts in Belize. This will be our 5th year.
Ooh.
And our focus is on education. We want to be able to provide parents and caregivers and teachers and adults education on how to feel better, how to be stronger, how to communicate better. We'll use our skills as occupational therapists and speech language pathologists and physical therapists to teach people to have less pain, to be able to be stronger in the activities of daily living that they do, to help to guide their children with maybe some behavior challenges that they're having, communication.
I love that. So this is like a all-encompassing situation where it's not just education, but like you're guiding people along the way of how to carry it out afterwards. So it's not a thing where after they've learned, they can be able to apply it and pass it on if necessary. And I'm hearing from children and adults, so it's like it's for everyone when it comes to that idea of the need that comes, right? And I love how on the top of your background you have the dates. I just love how you're doing the advertising for us there too. I see that it's going to be from January 19th to the 23rd, and we're tackling Belize City, Belmopan, San Ignacio, and Orange Walk, right? Talk to us a little bit about these different areas. How long would you be in to be able to do the guidance, specific areas?
Yes, absolutely. So we'll be in Belize City every day.
Oh, wow.
And we're going to be at different locations, and we'll put that all on our Facebook page. For example, we'll be at the Inspiration Centers is one of the places, and the Mercy Clinic.
Oh, perfect.
And we're working very closely with the Ministry of Education, the Special Education Unit, and we will be providing education for parents and teachers on Wednesday in the evening at 5:30. Again, I'll put this all on the Facebook page. We will be in Orange Walk on Tuesday and Thursdays. We'll be in San Ignacio on Wednesday and Belmopan also on Monday and Wednesday. It's a lot of different dates, but we'll make sure it's clear for you.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. But I'm glad that you're touching so many places because it allows people to be met where they're at.
Yes.
which is really important when it comes to wellness and what you guys are going to be tackling too. Because I want to bring in Miss Christina in this conversation as an occupational therapist. We've heard the name and we talked about it a little bit, but for persons out there that maybe not understand the importance of an occupational therapist, could you just explain a little bit of, you know, what that role and that title really encompasses for persons out there? And of course, some of the work that you would be doing when you guys come in.
Sure. Yeah, thank you so much again for having us. So occupational therapy, a lot of people don't always understand what that means. But really, in just a very basic sense, we use the word occupation to think about the activities and the things that we do every day, the things that we do that we want to do or that we need to do or that we enjoy doing. And so if someone has some sort of condition, whether it's a physical challenge or maybe a mental challenge, to be able to do those things, an occupational therapist is really trained to help that person overcome whatever challenges that they have to engage in those activities every day. So occupational therapists do work with young children. That's my area of specialty. Okay. And we work with individuals all through the lifespan, even older adults as well. So we will have several occupational therapists coming along on our trip that specialize in working with both children, adults, and older adults. And we will also have lots of occupational therapy students joining us as well, who will be learning along the way. So we are looking forward to providing a lot of education for people in the community about how they might be able to go about doing their tasks, their everyday daily living activities.
I love that. I love the fact that you're also going to be having students there to like kind of support the whole thing, because that's a really good part of the educational aspect.
Exactly.
When you guys show the activities, is there an aspect where you guys maybe have anything like manuals, flyers, something to leave with persons? Because I'm also thinking that, you know, in the heat of the moment when people are trying and practicing it, it's going to be super easy to understand, of course, because you guys are guiding them along the way. But then the thereafter, the follow up, is that something that it also is a part of, you know, the education aspect?
Yes, that's a really big focus for us, is that we really want to make sure that the services that we're providing while we're in Belize are sustainable. And what that means is that they can continue long after our time in Belize is over. And so one of the ways that we accomplish that is by really working closely with, you know, people in the community, whether that's parents of children, whether that's teachers who are looking for some strategies to try in the classrooms, or for families, you know, caregivers of adults or older adults that might need care. We really want to help to train and educate the people who are working with, you know, individuals in Belize. And so not only providing just education while we're there, but we also have lots of handouts, flyers, educational material that we plan on sharing with, you know, any individuals that are interested. We've been working hard to prepare a lot of those over the last several months, and we're looking forward to sharing as many materials and resources as we can that can stay, you know, to continue to provide some of that information after we leave.
Excellent.
Yeah, that's lovely.
And then I know that we also have a speech language pathologist that is Miss Adina. Could you talk to us a little bit about some of the work that you guys plan to do out there? And also, when you think about speech language, could you just also kind of define that and the parameters of what that entails for persons that maybe they understand speech language but might not really know fully how the work will be, you know, covered?
Absolutely. Yes. Thank you again for having us. Speech pathology is another area that is not always fully understood. So we appreciate this opportunity. So as a speech language pathologist, we also work with individuals across the lifespan. So we work from young children up to geriatrics, the older adults. And so we're able to see a lot of different areas of speech, language, and communication across their lifespan. So with children, we typically think about, when someone says a speech therapist, they often think about children who maybe can't pronounce certain sounds, and so they're difficult to understand. And that's kind of usually their first introduction of understanding speech therapy. But there's a lot more of what we do. That is a very important aspect of what we do. But we also work a lot with child language development. So as children are learning language, their understanding of language, their ability to use language to communicate, and building upon that so that their language becomes more complex as their needs as they grow, develop. We work with individuals as they get older, a lot of adults that may have had a stroke or other diseases that affect then their language and their loss of language.
Wow.
So we need to be able to help people to be able to communicate not only when they don't have language as they're learning it, but when they lose language. And we might do that through alternative means of communication and using picture boards or other ways to be able to communicate our messages if words aren't readily available.
Wow. I love
We work with individuals who have difficulty swallowing. So for different reasons, people may have difficulty swallowing, and that can be obviously it's an important part of what we need to survive. And so
Yes.
ensuring that people are able to eat and drink safely is important. We work with individuals who may have difficulty with memory and cognition. So being able to be safe, kind of like Christina said, in doing their everyday activities and having that cognitive, safe mental capacity to be able to do that. We also work with individuals who might stutter, who have difficulty with communicating their words, and people who have difficulty with voice disorders. So, so we cover a lot in our area of speech therapy, and we too have. As Christina said, we are really excited to be able to work with the people of Belize so that we can share the information with you so that you have these resources. Communication is something that we do every day. And so being able to help people with that is really important. And what we get from learning from all of you is just been so invaluable over the years. And this is why we keep coming back. And we're really excited about our upcoming trip.
I love it. I'd love to ask you, Miss Adina. I know you both mentioned, as I think it's yourself and Miss Christina both mentioned that it's over a lifespan. And I know that Dr. Robin talked about you guys doing this for now going for 5 years. Are there persons that when you come into Belize, you're seeing again?
Yeah, that's a good question.
So you can be able to track the progress, because I think that's also something exciting to even think about for somebody that started off with a struggle of being able to pronounce and to even swallow or whatever it is that is the situation, and then you come back after the third or
And
fourth
see
or
that
not.
they made progress.
Is that something that you guys see also when you're out in the field, or is that a follow-up thing that happens too?
Absolutely.
Yes. So, sorry, I'll just respond to that.
Yeah.
We, throughout the year, we have done Facebook Live sessions, and we are hoping to continue with that.
Oh, I love that.
We also have a group that will be coming in May.
Oh, wow.
So we'll be able to follow up. And we're going to do more programming through our Facebook page all year round. And we really encourage anybody to continue to reach out to us. We're available on WhatsApp and through the Facebook page. So that's very important to us as well, as so that we can continue. And we have been following people throughout the years, and it's very, very rewarding for us. And hopefully we're providing some education to help these individuals as well.
That's really
I love
exciting.
that. Yeah, I love that, Renata, because we were having a discussion before this, before you ladies came on, about mental health. And one of the issues, too, was about overall health and wellness and about officers going into the field. And that's exactly what you ladies
guys
are
are
doing,
doing
because
perfect thing,
some of our audience members, they were asking, well, when do they come into the field? Like, what if you're unable to go to get these services? So I just want to say kudos to you ladies for doing that and going into the field. And I also wondered what are the challenges you face or that you have faced while you're going into the field and doing this? Is it a language barrier a challenge? And then how do you overcome that? Because if you go into these remote areas, or people are coming to see you when you show up in these areas, they may have anxiety about maybe they only speak Spanish, maybe they don't, they're not really confident in their English. How do they explain their problem? So can you talk to us a little bit about that for maybe someone who's listening? They know someone who needs to go, but they're like, oh, I can't go with them. How are they going to be treated if they go into this situation with a language barrier, possibly?
Yeah, that's an excellent question, Miriam.
Yeah, that's very important, and we take that very seriously. We really do consider that. We work in teams.
Okay.
So anybody that we meet, a parent, a caregiver, an adult, will work as a team, a PT, OT, and a speech language therapist, and we have translators with us at all times.
Love
and
that.
we're going to work in small groups, and it will be private. So we want people to feel comfortable and to be able to share as much as they want to then.
Yeah.
And again, we'll be able to follow up with them, in whatever format works for that person. If they would be more comfortable with doing something online, we'll do that. If we want to talk on the phone, we can do that. Whatever. We're open to adapting to meet everybody's needs.
I love that. And in that same note, for persons that are listening, when it comes to the actual coming into the sessions and being able to communicate with you guys, would they go on the Facebook page? How would they be able to properly, like, say, I'd really want to book on a session, I'd want to, I'm not sure how to navigate this. I don't even know what the issue really is fully.
Yeah.
How do they navigate that to be able to get in contact with you guys?
Yeah, I really encourage anybody with any question to contact us through the Facebook page. Our email is on the Facebook page as well. You certainly can send us a private note, you can send us a message, and we are going to do our best to answer all of those and then guide those people based on their needs. So the more that they're willing to share. And, you know, Christina or Adina will reach out if it's a speech problem, for example, or if it's something related to occupational therapy. And I also would encourage anybody who is interested in learning more about OT or PT or speech. We would be happy to have anybody come along with us. They can spend an hour, they could spend a whole day, we'd meet with them alone. I mean, anybody who's interested in rehab as a career or just to learn more, we would love to spend some time with them.
That is exciting. I
That's
love that invitation too for persons that would want to be getting in. And so they would just reach out to you, and of course you start the conversation from there to see exactly how that would work for them to maybe learn a little bit more. Because I know that you said we're coming in January here, ending of January 19th to 23rd, but we're also coming back in May.
Yeah.
So there's that follow-up too for
love that.
persons to be able to note that. I have a question for someone just asking specifically for Miss Adina. When it comes to the speech language, they have a daughter that is not able to kind of decipher between English and Spanish properly, like some words they're mixing up. Is this something that's covered in the speech language sessions where like they're saying certain words or they're not able to understand it, and like she's super young, like I think she was 8 if I'm not mistaken. They just wanted to know if that is something that's covered in the sessions.
We absolutely can, and we encourage families, teachers, caregivers, come to us and bring all your questions. You know, we have ideas of things that we want to talk about, but we want to be able to specifically meet your needs and answer your questions. So if you have specific questions like that, absolutely come and see us, and we'll be able to talk about that, like Robin said, on kind of some of those one-on-one basis, but we'll also be doing some group teaching as well that we can, you know, meet with a lot of people at once. So, you know, we're really flexible in terms of what you need. That's why we're here, is to kind of see what is it that you would like to learn from us, and we'll be able to help you with that. And a lot of our sites that we're at, they're just drop in, so you don't have to make an appointment. Come and see us, and again, check the Facebook page so you'll know where we'll be.
And it's All Hands
In.
That is the name of the Facebook page when they're
All
looking
Hands
at
In.
All Hands In. I put it in the chat for persons that are on the chat, but for people that are on YouTube and on television, All Hands In. They're going to be also updating the Facebook page to say, again, the locations a little bit more. But you can message in now about whether it be occupational therapy or speech therapy too as well, physical therapy if you guys need that. And so they can talk to you and let you know what's available. For students, for people that are trying to find a career, you can also message in now to ask your questions ahead of time, to prepare for their trip that's coming in.
Exactly. And this is such an amazing conversation. Like Renata and I are like, we're so glad. We're just so happy and grateful that you all are doing this because we need it. We definitely need it. And I just wanted to make sure that we're clear on the time frame because it's from January 19th to the 23rd. But what time can people start showing up? Like, what's the cap? Is it from 8 to 6? Like, and, you know, what's the time frame?
Yeah, typically it is 9 to 3.
Okay, 9 to 3.
And
Okay, so 9 to 3 p.m.
the Facebook page, just to be clear, is All Hands in Therapy.
All hands in
All
therapy.
Hands in
Thank you for the
Therapy is the Facebook page.
And then how much time is allotted to each situation? Is it just a based on per session, what's needed kind of thing? Or is there allotted time, like 15-minute like time frame, 30 minutes?
So it depends on the need.
Okay.
We do allow for 30 to 45 minutes for each person.
Okay.
But if more time is needed, then we will adjust our schedule.
Wow, so you ladies are going to be super busy.
But the good part is, like they mentioned before, I think it was Miss Christina that said that they're bringing in a lot of persons,
volunteers, to help.
volunteers
Yeah.
and so forth to help. And this is why also for persons that are listening that want to get involved in this career, this is the perfect time to maybe stop by, learn a little bit, see what they're
Very
doing,
true.
begin that first experience. And I just want to make a full-on just double check in. These are all free sessions, services that are provided, right, Dr. Robin? These are all free for the public.
Oh, yeah.
So completely free for anybody that's wondering, do I have a cost or either everything, the consultation, them talking to you, the whole, the flyers that they will share, all of that material, everything is free. And we have up here, we're gonna also be posting with the segment, just reminding you of all the different things that they're covering, these flyers here that have all hands in therapy. I've made the correction in our Facebook page.
All hands in therapy.
So people can be able to message in. But again, thank you to you ladies and of course the entire team. Making it 5 years that you're doing this valuable service that we truly need and appreciate so much.
Appreciated.
Making
Thank you,
people
ladies.
have a quality of life, a better quality of life. Making parents could be able to relax because they know now how to like deal with their children or deal with themselves or deal with their elderlies. It's a really important thing to have in our country, especially as you're starting off the new year. To have the tools to help you to build a better life.
Yeah, thank you ladies so much.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, so
Thank you.
Yeah, so
No
once
problem at all.
We'll see you soon.
Thank you. See
most
you.
definitely.
And once again to our listeners, that's All Hands in Therapy. They will be in Belize from January 19th to the 23rd. The sessions start at 9 a.m. and they end at 3 p.m.
You can message in their Facebook page to tell them, you know, what is the
Specific
situation that you guys are having, what is the session, and they can also probably tell you based from there, like how long maybe your session is. Because especially if you're a parent that has a job or something and you want to take your child out, I think it'd be great to message ahead of time just to say, hey, this is like more or less the time that might be allotted to like go into this, or if there's a private or group session that you need, depending on your situation. It's kind of like a consultation before ahead of time.
Exactly.
So please do that.
And they're doing this countrywide, people. Belize City, Belmopan, San Ignacio, and Orange Walk. So you're able to contact them on their Facebook page, All Hands in Therapy, and you know, check them out. And then we will put up a post to our Sunup on 7
so we're gonna be putting up the post with the flyers for you guys to see,
for everyone to see. So yeah, definitely.
I'm really glad to see them do it, and the passion that they have to actually do this work too. It's really important to get this done and to have people have a better, we take things for granted so much. To have a better quality of life.
And I think this allows people to feel encouraged that are in those situations to have someone come and freely assist and support them. So again, kudos to you ladies. Thank you so much for doing this for over the last 5 years, they said. And we're gonna continue another 5 years.
Yes.
Unokotak Creole? Wait, sorry. What's your favorite food? That's always my question. What is your favorite food, and can you talk Creole? Over that, because they've been here for 5 years.
Yeah, so they're supposed to. They know.
They
probably know a little thing or two or something.
Yeah.
But guys, we've come to the ending of the show. We're gonna remind you that, you know, take care of yourself as you're navigating 2026. Please make sure you're following the pages. So even for you that maybe you might not need services or so from All Hands in
You may know
Therapy.
someone.
You might know somebody, so it would be great to follow the page. And then, of course, when you get the information, you can be able to share it.
Exactly.
Mind Health Connect is a free website also that provides different counseling services, and they have the
Mental
different
health, yeah.
specialties for the counselors
Workshops.
there. So you can be able to check that out. But also talk to the Ministry of Health and see exactly what's available in your nearby clinic or your hospital, so you can know exactly what's taking place. Take care of yourself, guys. Let's not wait till after the fact when something happens.
Yeah.
Let's be very proactive with how we navigate 2026 and how we take care of ourselves and those around us. We cannot pour from an empty cup.
No, we cannot. No. So we thank you, ladies, telling us about this wellness clinic. We thank you as our guest today, Miss Christina Urban, Miss Adina Rosenthal, and Dr. Robin Zapin. And then we also have to thank Miss Amy Jex, who spoke to us from our first segment, talking about mental health and discussing different ways that you can take care of your mental health. And I know we had some people in the chat, Renata, that was saying, the therapy that they got might have been a little old school, but we are forging forward into the future, and there's a new way of doing things, and there's a new way of taking care of yourself, when it comes to like maybe that way of doing it was kind of that rough and tough, and you can't show weakness or you can't be vulnerable, but it's important to have self-reflection and to have the support. And when you have people and healthcare professionals providing support and mental health professionals providing support, why not use that to help better yourself?
I know I have somebody in the chat that's saying they're struggling to find the Facebook page. The QR code does not work. It is, again, All Hands in Therapy.
Yeah.
So just reminding, but we're also going to be posting it on our segment when we're finished afterwards. So for you that you're trying to navigate it, we're going to be posting the pictures, and you're going to be able to see it there, and you can be able to direct yourself. But it's All Hands in Therapy. So I'm going to reply to your comment there just so you can see it, and then of course try to check it again. But if not, you can check back to our segment and see that. But again, thank you guys so much for staying tuned with us. We're finishing a little bit early, giving you a little time to run off. I surprised Miss Scott and tell me 2 more minutes or anything.
I know, right? Well, it was nice hosting with you again, Renata. I think this is only our 3rd time ever hosting together, or 4th time.
We've done it more.
I count. I never count. I conk it. The first time I wear a blue blouse. Then when we match the second time, I wear a black blouse. Then I wear the Garifuna color skirt. Then one second time, I wear the black with the pink. Then when we made the match, we made the vibe. Now with the vibes with the 70s.
Oh yeah, we had the 70s look.
There's 70s.
Big up Cassie. Cassie gave me this dress, and long she gave me this dress, and she's like, Renata, when you're gonna wear it? And I just didn't find the correct
It's cute. I love
thing
it.
to accessorize, because when I wear something, I want
you
to
want to be able to
accessorize.
of course.
I need to make the
you need a
look.
belt. We need a black. We need everything. Like, we need to zhuzh it up.
Yeah, so
You know what I
big
mean?
up to Cassie. I know if you see this, I'm going to tell Miss Therese to make sure you see this. I'm wearing the dress, darling. I wore the dress, and then my earrings are from my Aunt Durla, who's always hooking me up with
Hey,
different
Aunt
cute
Durla, shout out to you.
Yeah,
shout out to you. Yeah. No, we love it. And I always love hosting with you. Renata has always been so welcoming, positive, and kind to me. The first time I met Renata, she was in full Halloween makeup and garb.
And
I didn't know who this girl was. You just came up to me and your face was white. You were like, hi. And I was like, hello.
I'm in your face like that. Hi.
She was like, I'm a zombie witch. I was like, great. My name is Miriam. Love you. But it was great. And ever since then,
of a beautiful friendship.
The energy, the positivity, the support. She's such a beautiful light. And
thank you.
Yeah, I love that for you and for us and for anyone who comes in contact with you, because you lift spirits. Not true. Tell me the chat. She lives spirits. And she's funny too. And she live mischievous. She like deleting, but I be like, do it, Renata. Do it.
Right. Why you put the trouble in it? She gave me good positive highlights. When
no,
you
it's so true.
That trouble.
Yeah.
Is that trouble?
But I'm so glad that I could start the new year this way with you, Renata.
Oh, thank you, Miriam. Likewise.
Yeah.
And giving all the zhuzh and the shh when we have in our long couch talk, we were able to give it all in.
Child, we gonna be praying forever.
Like we pray over it, and she gave a good positive way of starting the new year with her fasting and so forth. So guys,
self-reflection.
We got some stuff to give y'all. If you haven't done it, it's never too late. Start now. Start today. Start tomorrow. We could do this.
Yes.
But with that, we're sending you off on your Montabulous. Oh, sorry. Girl, it is a Friday.
It's a whole Friday.
It is a
but it feel like a Thursday. It feel like a Monday.
It may feel Monday.
It may feel like a Monday. Yeah. It may feel like Monday. Anyway, Big Friday.
You know what?
Have a fantabulous Friday, darlings.
Okay, time is time. We were 1 minute over.
We're 1 minute over now, so bye.
Bye.
Be grateful, be blessed.
Oh, wait, I have a birthday shout out.
We have a birthday.
A place to call your home, a place where you can grow. Stand by me and we'll take flight. We'll be there at morning's light. I've got you covered on all concerns we share today. You will discover how the world turns each day. When the sun comes up